Happy 2026, beautiful souls. How is your mind? How is your heart? And how is that beautiful soul of yours today? Mine is grateful and aligned. And I just wanted to jump here and just wish everyone a magnificent 2026, a successful year. Please take time to self reflect, take accountability for your life, make those changes that you need to make. And if you already started making the changes, this is just going to be a continuation of the improvement you've done in your life in the past few years. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to get on here and show you guys how to do some CMOS gel. So this is sea moss. Okay, I buy this. You can get a bag of this in Amazon. It's not really expensive. It's like 30 something dollars. You get a bag, 8-ounce bag of sea moss. They have different types. If you get the purple one, it's a lot stronger in flavor. Okay, so and I get this, and then I hydrate it for 2 days with water and with natural water. I don't use tap water. I just go ahead and use my the filtered water I already have, and then I put lime in it, and then I just let it sit for 2 days. And what it does is that when you have these big pieces, it just makes it a lot easier to blend. Okay, so before you put it in the blender, I recommend that you just make sure you got some of those big pieces, break them apart, so it makes it easy to blend into a gel. Okay. Sea moss is so good for you. I've been doing it for over 4 years, and I had so many benefits. Please do the research on sea moss. It's so good for you. And it also helps with weight loss and when you work out. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the blender. Okay. And what I'm going to do today, I've been doing the same recipe for the 4 years. Okay. And it always lasts me 2 weeks without going bad or rancid, especially, if you don't put any fruit, or if you don't use any other juices to flavor your sea moss. If you do that, then you're going to have to use it faster because of the flavors, and it can get rancid or sour. Okay. So the recipe I'm giving you today, all it has is, I usually use lemon juice. What I started doing is I just add the lemon, the whole thing. Okay. And then I add ginger. I have like 4 cubes. I would say about, you know, a good chunk of fresh ginger. I grind mine because I use ginger a lot. I have 2 tablespoons of turmeric. Okay. And this is the recipe I've been using for the 4 years. So I recently started using cayenne pepper and then some cracked pepper. Okay. About a quarter teaspoon. Okay. And what I found is that when I started putting the cayenne pepper, oh my God, like it's a whole different, it's game changer, especially in my smoothie or in my water. Because usually I do my sea moss with water, and then I mix in some other stuff, some vitamins and stuff, and then I drink that. But I love the cayenne when it goes down your throat. It gives you that little kick and a little, just a little spice, but not so much. It's just different. And so I'm going to go ahead and start blending this up and putting all these things together. Okay. All right. Usually you want to blend it up for at least, I would say about 5 minutes, depending how thick your sea moss is. You see, like some of the stems are really thick. Put it in there. I may fast forward the video while I'm blending it. Okay. I hope everybody's enjoying the beginning of the year. And if you're not, I'm sending you love vibes, good health vibes, good energy, so you can heal. Okay. All right. And then another thing I forgot to tell you, this is the jar that I've been using for years. And this is 3 cups, 24 ounces. Okay. And this lasts me 2 weeks. Okay. And then I usually buy a bag, 8-ounce bag, and this is 3 portions. So I have 3 portions of 24 ounce. This is 2 weeks. So this is about a month and 2 weeks for $30. So you make the math, how much money you're saving when you're doing it yourself. Okay. They have other options too. They have the purple one. I didn't care for the purple one just because it's very strong. Care for it, but I'm going to push through and get through that bag. All right, so I already have the sea moss in here. I always take about 2 cups of water, okay? But for now, I'm gonna add everything first, start blending it. I'm gonna add the lemon. I may not add all these lemons. And so when I do the lemon, what I do is I fish out the seeds. You see? I just take the skin off and I fish out the seeds. I'm leaving half a lemon. I'm putting in my ginger. I'm putting in my turmeric. And because this is already, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little water just to get this started. Okay, I would say I added about half a cup of water. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my cayenne pepper and my black pepper. All right, so let's get this blended up. Push everything aside. Then you want to have a spatula so you can kind of, it's because some of them stay up, so you want to push them back down so they can blend up. Okay? All right, so let's get this going. I started on low and then I go to high. Move these edges in, get everybody in there. And there's enough liquid that I don't need to add any because it hasn't formed into a paste yet, okay? I usually use about 2 cups of water, depending on how much gel is developing. Okay? Okay. Let's see how it's starting to look. I think this is beautiful. And I'm going to show you what you're looking for. Now remember, this is a gel, so right now it looks like it's soft. But once you store it in the fridge, the next day it's going to be such a beautiful thick gel that you can use in your smoothies, in your water, however you want to use it. So let me go ahead and show you how this gel looks. Okay. So sea moss, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. All right, there we go. Look at this. It's just beautiful. It took me some time and it is acquired taste, you get used to it. It's like anything in life. If you train your body, just like when I started doing green juice, I didn't like celery. I didn't like this, just drinking it. Guess what? Now, because I do green juice and I have a lot of celery in my green juice, now I love celery. Same thing with sea moss. This is something that I've even tested it on myself. I paused from taking it to see the difference right away. Right away I noticed the difference. I would notice the energy, the loss of energy, pickup of appetite, from snacking and just a lot of things. And just my gut and just my body itself. So look at this. Look at this. This is what you're looking for. Okay. It's a beautiful gel. It's beautiful. It's soft now, but you see in the morning when you put it in the fridge, that gel is just going to be phenomenal. And this gel, because I don't put any sugar, it doesn't have any fruit in it, it lasts me 2 weeks, and I use it every day. It may last you less time depending on how much you use. I use about 2 to 3 tablespoons a day with my drink in the morning. That's the first that's the first drink I have along with my coffee. Look at that. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put this A little bit of water, swish it around. Look at this. There you go. Sea moss. Sea moss. Sea moss gel. So let's start the year right, guys. Let's start watching what we put in our body. Let's pay attention to what affects us health wise. If there's something you can prevent from getting as you age, then prevent it. Um, don't always look for the easy fix, because the easy fix in the long run is going to be the worst fix. So do the work. Pay attention to your body. Your body's always talking to you. Try out sea moss. Tell me in the comments how it's working out for you. I've been doing this for over 4 years and I love it. And this is going to be for the rest of my life because it's just good for you. Okay. It's good for your skin. I mean, it's really done. I love how it treats my skin. Anyway, Happy New Year. Much love to you all. Now, you all know what I'm going to do and say. Get to work.